Good morning, children. Hope everyone is fine and safe and doing your work. You are up to date in your studies, studying, isn't it? Yeah, you have to study, okay? You have to make up timetable and sit and revise the each, keep revising one by one lessons, okay? Now we are coming to the next chapter, that is wind, storms and cyclones. This is the 8th chapter of the subject science. So now you might nowadays you're seeing the weather, isn't it? How is the weather in Gulbarga? In the morning and in the afternoon it is so hot, isn't it? And evening it is raining. But still we feel hot. As soon as it is evening, it's raining. Now, so this year we have lot of rain, isn't it? Otherwise every year this was not there. We had less rainfall compared to this year. And everywhere you can hear floods, cyclones and all. Recently we have heard in Gujarat, then in Orissa, then Hyderabad, all these places we have heard. Only we have heard, you know what are cyclones, what are storms and all. So now in this lesson, let us study about it. Okay. Now here can you see in the picture? This is a picture of cyclone. What it is? Picture of cyclone. Orissa was hit by a cyclone with a wind speed of 200 kilometers per hour on 18th October 1999. So this is the great Odisha cyclone of the year 1999. Can you see here? This is, here it is Bangladesh, here it is Burma, and there it is India. So what is this Burma and all? These are the neighboring countries, isn't it? Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, Burma, all these are the neighboring countries of India. So now here, where the cyclone had taken place? Here in Orissa, the cyclone had taken place in the year, which year? In the year 1999. Orissa was hit by a cyclone with a wind speed of 200 kilometers per hour on 18th October 1999. So what was the speed of the wind? It was 200 kilometers per hour. On which day? On 18th October 1999. So what happens when the cyclone takes place? You might have seen. Many lives will be lost, properties will be, many people become homeless, they lose their properties, all these things you have heard, isn't it? So only funds and all will be given from the other states, the states which are suffering from this type of natural calamities. So the cyclone smashed 45,000 houses, making 7 lakh people homeless. On 29th October, the same year, a second cyclone with a wind speed of 260 kilometers per hour hit Orissa again. So not only in that year once there was a cyclone, there was twice cyclone had taken place. That is, first was on 18th October and the second cyclone was 29th October. And the speed in the first 18th of October it was 200 kilometers per hour, but on 29th October the speed of the cyclone or the speed of the wind was 260 kilometers per hour. So this hits the Orissa again. It was accompanied by water waves about 9 meters high. So you might have seen when the cyclone is there, the water will be moving like the wave. So what height? Up to 9 meters high the water was accompanied, or the water was up to the height of 9 meters high. So in this cyclone what happened? Thousands of people lost their lives. Not only lives were lost, property worth crores of rupees was destroyed. Yeah, many people lost their property also, which was worth of crores of rupees. The cyclone affected not only the life of the people, home of the people, or the other than that, the cyclone affected the agriculture, transport, communication and electricity supply. So when cyclone comes, all these will be affected, that is agriculture, transport, communication and electricity supply. But what are cyclones? How are they formed? What are they so, why are they so destructive? In this chapter, we shall seek the answers to some of these questions. So we have heard, we have seen in the TV and all, isn't it? We have seen, but we doesn't know. But what are cyclone and how they are formed and how they destruct the property or life of the people. So now here to study about all these questions, answers to this question, we'll study in this chapter. So we first begin with some of the activities. So involving the air. Now you know what is air? Air is a mixture of gases, isn't it? And the wind or the slow moving air is called as the wind, or the moving air is called as the wind. So now through these activities, we'll clarify some basic features concerned to the cyclone. So before we begin, remember that moving air is called the wind. So now before beginning, first, what is wind? Moving air is called as the wind. So now the first activity is air exerts pressure. So now here through activity we'll see how the air will exert the pressure. So for this activity, first you listen the activities, then you can do at home. Did you hear? In front of your parents or elder brothers or sisters, and you can write your observations. So what you have to do is, first you need to boil the water in the following activity. So in air exerts pressure, first what you have to do is, you have to boil the water. Take a tin can with a lid. Fill it approximately half with the water. Heat the can on a candle flame till the water boils. So tin can you have to take. It won't be heavy. It will be light, isn't it? Tin one. And what you have to keep it on the candle to get it heated till the water boils. Let the water boil for a few minutes. Blow out the candle. So when the water starts boiling, blow off the candle. Immediately put the lid tightly on the can. Be careful in handling the hot can. So immediately you put off the lid of the can. Put the can carefully in a shallow metallic vessel or a wash basin. Pour fresh water over the can. What happens to the shape of the can? So even in the plastic and all, when you bring your tiffins and all, when you put it hot tiffin and all, what happens? The shape will change, isn't it? It becomes somewhat different shape you will get. So here also what happens? The tin will change the shape. It won't be in the same shape. So the next activity is, can you guess why the shape of the can gets distorted? Means why the shape of the can will be changed. If you cannot get a tin can, take a soft plastic bottle, fill it with the hot water. So this also, if you don't get the can, you can take a plastic bottle also, and you have to fill it the hot water. You can see immediately, even ghee bottle and all, GRB ghee you get, in that bottle you just pour the hot water in it. You see what happens. The shape of the bottle will start changing. It becomes distorted. Empty the bottle and immediately cap it tightly. Place the bottle under running water. Recall now some of your experiences. So whenever we put, you can, this is the best example. You get the bottles, GRB ghee bottles and all, that will be made up of the plastic. So what you have to do, you have to fill the hot water in it, and after that, as soon as you pour the hot water, it will change its shape. And if you take it under the cold water, it completely changes the shape. This we can experience by doing this activity. Now everyone knows, you might have seen a flying kite, isn't it? When do you fly the kite? Any season do you fly the kite? No. Only whenever there is a wind. Isn't it? When the wind is there, then only you fly the kite. When there is no wind, you cannot fly the kite. Why? Because the kite will not move. So when you fly a kite, does the wind coming from your back help? If you are not in a boat, it is easier to row if there is a wind coming from behind you. So what happens? When the kite is moving, the air must come from the front, isn't it? Not from the back. And whenever you are in the boat, it is easier to row. If there is a wind coming from behind, what happens to you? You cannot row it properly. Do you find it difficult to ride a bicycle against the direction of the wind? Yes, this is the best example. The children, those who are coming by the bicycle, you might have seen, when the wind is blowing, what happens? Can you ride the cycle fast? No. You cannot. You feel exhausted and you cannot ride the cycle or paddle the cycle fast. You know that we have to fill air into the bicycle tube to keep it tight. Yeah, you might have seen 2 tires will be there for the bicycle. That in that the air must be filled completely. Then only and it should be tight. Then only the cycle will be moving fast. If one of the tire also the air is less, then the cycle won't move in front. You are much experienced, isn't it? Also, you know that a bicycle tube overfilled with air may burst. Yeah, sometimes when you fill the air over, what happens? It may burst also. What is the air doing inside the tube? Now let us see what this air is doing inside the tube. Sometimes when you are walking on the road and all, you might have seen suddenly the tire bursts, isn't it? Why it will be bursting? When the air is overfilled in it, the air will the tires will start bursting. The tire will burst. Let us now try to explain why the can or the bottle gets distorted. So we had seen in the activity 1, isn't it? Why the bottle or the can gets distorted. So as water is poured over the can, some steam in the can condenses into water, reducing the amount of air inside. So what happens? As we pour the water over the can, some steam will be there, which will steam in the can condenses into water, reducing the amount of air inside. So water will be there, so it reduces the amount of air inside the can or inside the bottle. The pressure of air inside the can decreases than the pressure exerted by the air from outside the can. So what happens? The pressure of the air inside the can will start decreasing. Then the pressure exerted by the air from outside the can. So pressure of the air will be decreased and the pressure of the air from the outside will be exerted. As a result, the can gets compressed. This activity again confirms that air exerts pressure. So this activity, by doing this activity, what is confirmed? That air exerts pressure. This you can do it at home and write your own observation. Did you understand? Okay. Now the next. High speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. So here there is another activity. Crumple a small piece of paper into a ball of size smaller than the mouth of an empty bottle. So here, can you see in the picture here? Now here, can you see in the picture? This is a bottle and here there is a crumple, means a small piece of paper. It is crumpled and put in the bottle. Crumple a small piece of paper into a ball of size smaller than the mouth of an empty bottle. Hold the empty bottle on its side and place the paper ball just inside its mouth. See, can you see here? Here there is a paper. It is in front of your mouth. This is a bottle. Now try to blow on the ball to force it into the bottle. So now what you have kept that paper inside, now try to blow it. That is like a ball, you have made it and you are blowing inside it air. So what you have to do is try to blow on the ball to force it into the bottle. So you must push that piece of paper into the bottle. Try the activity with the bottles of different sizes. So this also activity you can do it at home. You don't need anyone's help. By yourself you can take the bottle and what you have to do, you have to make it like a ball piece of paper and keep it in front of it and try to push it inside the bottle. Challenge your friends if they can force the paper ball in by blowing into the bottle. So try whether you can blow it and push the piece of paper into the bottle. So you have to write this observation also. What happens when you blow it? Whether the paper is going inside the bottle or no. Now the one more activity is blow the balloons. You might have seen the balloons, isn't it? What you do? You blow with your mouth, isn't it? You have to take 2 balloons of approximately equal size. Put a little water into the balloons Blow up both the balloons and tie each one to the string. Hang the balloons 8 to 10 centimeter apart on a cycle spoke or a stick. So here these are the two balloons you have taken of equal size. And what you have done, inside this you have poured a little water in it. And after that you have blown both the balloons. And after that you have tied to a string. And hang the balloons how much? 8 to 10 centimeters it must be apart on the cycle spoke or on the stick. You can take a stick also. Blow in the space between the balloons. So you can see a person blowing the air in between the balloons. What did you expect? What happens? So what do you expect? So you have to do this experiment and tell me your observations. You have to write it in a notebook or in the sheet of paper and tell this activity I have done it and these are my observations. You have tried activity 8.3, blow the balloons. So what is your what do you expect and what happens? It is given there, no? So you must write. I have like this it happened. You have to write your observations. Try different ways of blowing on the balloons to see what happens. Now there is another activity 8.4. Can you blow and lift? So can you blow and lift? Hold a stripe of paper 20 centimeter long and 3 centimeter wide between your thumb and forefinger. So this also you can do it. What you have to do? You have to take a stripe of paper. Usually we do it, you know, whenever you are sitting leisurely in the class, you will be doing all these things, isn't it? You take the paper just and you'll be blowing, making the rockets and all and throwing it. So what you have to do is hold a stripe of paper. How much it must be? 20 centimeter long and 3 centimeter wide between your thumb and the forefinger as shown in the figure. So like this, thumb and forefinger. It is shown here in the figure. Now blow over the paper. You might have seen whenever in the pipe also water doesn't come, no? When you on the motors and all, what do? You just suck it, isn't it? The air will be there inside. So what happens after when you suck, blow the air inside it, the water will rush and it will be coming. What do you think will happen to the paper? In the first experiment we had seen, no? We had to take a bottle and crumple the piece of paper and put it in front of the bottle and try to blow it and put it into the bottle. So now what do you think will happen to the paper? Let us try to understand the observations in the activities 8.2, 8.3 and 8.4. Where the observations along the lines you thought. So do you get the feeling that the increased wind speed is accompanied by a reduced air pressure? So when there is more wind, the air pressure will be reduced. From these experiments, we note that. When we blow into the mouth of a bottle, the air near the mouth has higher speed. Yeah, when you blow, the air will be more and has the higher speed. This will decrease the pressure there. So the air pressure inside the bottle is higher than near the mouth. The air inside the bottle pushes the ball out. So this is in the first experiment what you observe. What do you observe? When we blow into the mouth of the bottle, the air near the mouth has higher speed. So this will decrease the pressure there. So the air pressure inside the bottle is higher than near the mouth. So the air inside the bottle pushes the ball out. So it will not go inside, it will push the paper out. Then in activity 8.3, you saw that when we blow the balloons, between the balloons, they moved. Yeah, when you blow, they will move towards each other. How could this happen? This could happen if the pressure of the air between the balloons were somehow reduced. So the pressure of the air is more, so it will be moving towards each other. So if the air between the balloons were somehow reduced, the pressure outside the balloon would then push them towards each other. So what happens here is, in activity 8.3, you saw that when you between the balloons, what had happened? They moved towards each other. So why did they move? How could this happen? How could they move to each other? This could happen because if the pressure of the air between the balloons were somehow reduced, the pressure outside the balloon could then push them towards each other. Then in the activity 8.4, you saw that when you blew over the paper stripe, it went upwards again. This could happen if blowing over the paper reduced the air pressure above the stripe. So this is your observation. So in the activity 8.4, you have taken a paper stripe and which was 20 centimeter long and 3 centimeter wide. And what did you see? You had to blow the air in it, I said. So what you saw when you blew over the paper stripe, it went upwards. When you blow, it went upwards. Again, this could happen if blowing over the paper reduced the air pressure above the stripe. So did you understand now? All these three you can do by yourself and write your observation. These are the easy experiments what you can do by yourself at home. So by these three experiments, what do we see? We see that increased wind speed is indeed accompanied by a reduced air pressure. So when there is increase in the wind speed, there is reduction in the air pressure. So by this experiments, what we have noticed, when the wind, there is increase in the wind, then there will be a reduction in the air pressure. So air moves from the region where the air pressure is high to the region where the air pressure is low. So how the air will be moving? So air moves from the region where the air pressure is high. So where the pressure of the air is high, it will move from there to the region where the pressure is low. The greater the difference in pressure, the faster the air moves. So if there is a great difference in the pressure, then the faster the air will be moving. So if there is difference in pressure, how there will be difference? The greater the difference in pressure, the faster the air moves. So if the wind, already we have learned that air moves from the region of high air pressure from high. So air moves from the region where the air pressure is high to the region where the pressure is low, from high pressure to the low pressure. The greater the difference in pressure, the faster the air moves. So when there is great difference in the pressure, the air will move fast. Then the next activity is air expands on heating. So we have learned in the first four activities, what we have learned just now? Air exerts pressure. Now let us see about air expands on heating. What happens when air expands on heating? So on heating, the air expands and occupies more space. So what happens when you, on heating, the air will expand and occupy more space. When the same thing occupies more space, it becomes lighter. So when the same thing will occupy more space means it becomes lighter. The warm air is therefore lighter than the cold air. That is the reason the smoke goes up. So you might have seen in the factories or in your home and all, when they cook on the wood and all, you might have seen the smoke. It will be going straight up. Why it goes? On heating, the air will be expanded and it will occupy more space. When the same thing occupies more space, it will become lighter. So the warm air is therefore lighter than the cold air. That is the reason the smoke goes up. So now today in this chapter, what all we have learnt, let us recall. Okay. Today in this chapter, wind, storms and cyclones, we have seen what cyclones are. Okay, so this is a picture showing the cyclone of 1999 which took place in Odisha. Then there in Odisha, the cyclone was hit for 2 times. That is, once on 18th October 1999 and the second one was 29th October of the same year. But the wind speed of first was 200 kilometers per hour and the second wind speed was 260 kilometers per hour. So by this cyclone, it was accompanied by water waves by 9 meters high. So in this cyclone, thousands of people lost their life, property worth crores of rupees was destroyed. The cyclone also affected the agriculture, transport, communication and electricity supply. Then we studied what are cyclones, how are they formed, why are they so destructive. So in this chapter, first we have studied only now what are cyclones. One by one, let us study. So now in this chapter, we were studying about what are cyclones, how are they formed, why are they so destructive. So let us see, in this chapter we will see the answers to some of these questions we had seen. Then now let us do some of the activities and see. So first of all, what is wind? Before that we should know what is wind. So what is wind? Moving air is called as the wind. Then we had done a few activities on air exerts pressure. The first one was you need to boil the water in the following activity. Take a tin can with the lid, fill it approximately half with the water, heat the can on the candle flame till the water boils. Then let the water boil for a few minutes, blow out the candle immediately, put the lid tightly on the can. Be careful in handling the hot can. Put the can carefully in a shallow metallic vessel or a wash basin. Pour fresh water over the can. So what happens to the shape of the can? It gets distorted, we had learned. So can you guess why the shape of the can gets distorted? So if we cannot get a tin can, if you don't get a tin can, we can take a soft plastic bottle and you have to fill hot water. Empty the bottle and immediately cap it tightly. Place the bottle under the running water. Then see your observations. What do you experience? You have to write it. Then next was, when you fly a kite, does the wind coming from your back help? If you are in a boat, is it easier to row it if there is a wind coming from behind you? Yeah, here all it is difficult. The air should not be from behind. If it is in front, then it will be easy for you to fly the kite also, even to row the boat also. And do you find it difficult to ride a bicycle against the direction of the wind? You know that we have to fill the air into the bicycle tube to keep it tight. So we find it difficult to ride the bicycle against the direction of the wind, isn't it? If the wind is not in the direction where we are cycling, if it is from behind, it is better, isn't it? Also, you know that a bicycle tube overfilled with the air may burst. What is the air doing inside the tube? Let us see. Now we had done the can experiment and we had taken, let us now try to explain why the can or a bottle gets distorted. As water is poured over the can, some steam in the can condenses into water. So steam is converted into water, reducing the amount of air inside. The pressure of air inside can decrease than the pressure exerted by the air from outside the can. So what happens? The pressure of the air inside will decrease. Then the pressure of the air exerted by the air from outside the can. As a result, the can gets compressed. This activity again confirms that air exerts pressure. Then we had studied about high-speed winds are accompanied by reduced air pressure. So here also through activity we had seen. Crumple a piece of paper into a ball of size smaller than the mouth of an empty bottle. Hold the empty bottle on its side and place the paper ball just inside its mouth. Now try to blow on the ball to force it into the bottle. Try the activity with the bottles of different sizes. So you can do this by challenging with your brothers and sisters at home and do this. Compete with them. So challenge your friends if they can force the paper or ball in by blowing into the bottle. So you can do with your brothers and sisters this experiment activity. The next activity was blow the balloons. So for this, what you have to do is take 2 balloons of approximately equal size, put a little water into the balloons, blow up both the balloons and tie each one to a string. Hang the balloons 8 to 10 centimeter apart on a cycle spoke or a stick. Blow in the space between the balloons. So what do you expect? What happens? So try different ways of blowing on the balloons to see what happens. So the next one was, can you blow and lift? So hold a stripe, you can see it in the picture. You have to hold a stripe of paper 20 centimeter long and 3 centimeter wide. Then between your thumb and the forefinger as shown in the figure. Then now blow over the paper. So what do you think will happen to the paper? Let us try to understand the observations in the activities 8.2, 8.3 and 8.4, where the observations along the lines you thought. So what experiments you were expecting, your observations, are they same or no? Just let us see. So you have to do by yourself and note down your observations. Is there any difference in what is told here or what you have done? Do you get the feeling that the increased wind speed is accompanied by a reduced air pressure? So by doing these experiments, what we feel? We feel that increased wind speed is accompanied by the reduced air pressure. Is it there or no? This thing we have to see. When we blow into the mouth of a bottle, the air near the mouth has higher speed. This decreases the pressure there. The air pressure inside the bottle is higher than near the mouth. The air inside the bottle pushes the ball out. In the activity 8.3, you saw that when you blew between the balloons, they moved towards each other. So how could this happen? This could happen if the pressure of the air between the balloons were somehow reduced. So if the air pressure was reduced, then this could have been happened. The pressure outside the balloons would then push them towards each other. Then in activity 8.4, we have seen that when you blow over the paper stripe, it went upwards again. This could happen if blowing over the paper reduced the air pressure above the stripe. So now in these experiments, what we have seen that the increased wind speed is indeed accompanied by reduced air pressure. So by these experiments, what we observe that when there is increase in speed, the air pressure will be reduced. So the air moves from the region where the air pressure is higher to the region where the air pressure is low. So from high to low, the air will be moving. The greater the difference in pressure, the faster the air moves. So if there is a great difference in the pressure, the faster the air will be moving. Then we had seen air expands on heating. So on heating, the air will expand and occupy more space. When the same thing occupies more space, what happens? It becomes lighter. Then the warmer air is therefore lighter than the cold air. That is the reason the smoke goes up. You might have seen in the factories or in your home also, the smoke will be going straight up, isn't it? So let me stop the lesson here. The remaining lesson I'll continue in the next class. So please try to do the activities, and after doing the activities, supposing you are doing the activity 8.1, so you have to write the activity 8.1 in the paper and record your observations, name of the activity, what you have done it. So next, when I'll be continuing the lesson, I will be asking you your observations after doing the activities. Okay, be reading the lesson, read the lesson and then do the activities. Okay, thank you.